Hey everyone, month 64 with Sisterlocks, and I decided to do this one a little different because one of my subscribers said that she missed my makeup content. So if you said that, this is for you because this one is going to be a get ready with me. I'm going to combine it with my monthly update and just share a little bit about how I've been doing. A lot has changed, but really the biggest thing is how I feel. My hair is growing, but so is my peace. I just thought we'd get ready together and catch up. So for my foundation for about a year, I've been using Urban Decay 27 and 28 mixed together. So I guess technically 27.5. I make my own bottle. So at this point, because nobody sells the exact blend that I need. So I just make it myself. So we are here in Texas getting into the summer heat, and the heat is heating. It's heating me up. It's got me feeling like I'm in an oven every day. And that has had a very interesting effect on my scalp, especially this year for some reason. As you all know, I wash my scalp. I wash my hair slash scalp twice a week, and I can't skip it. If I skip it, chaos will ensue. I cannot skip it right now because my scalp is on the edge with how this heat just has me feeling right below a level of irritation. And this is e.l.f. Halo Glow that I also put in its own bottle because the original bottle is huge. And I use this basically as a concealer. So with that, what is kind of keeping me happy is just my regular routine of washing twice a week. And on days where I sweat a lot because it's already really hot here, I use my continuous mist bottle. And what I'm doing with that is actually spraying my scalp just to get any sweat off, because the point of irritation that I found this summer is sweat of all things. I just feel like I'm fighting sweat every day, and the feeling of the sweat on my skin, I don't love it. So that's what I'm constantly trying to guard against. It's like the opposite of my winter routine, because in my winter routine, my scalp gets super dry and I'm trying to make sure I keep it moisturized and oil and all of this. I'm not doing that this summer. I am keeping her clean. I'm keeping her dry because my body is definitely making its own oils and then some. And that's really all my scalp needs right now. I use an e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in, what color is this? Ooh, it's little. In neutral brown. And I use the e.l.f. Wild Brow Tinted Gel in deep brown. So when it comes to any type of irritation, I think for that reason, since I'm fighting the sweat, I just have this itchiness that I get in the middle of my scalp. It's almost like a little landing strip, just, that middle that those of you out there who have, CCCA struggle with. So that's the part of my scalp that I'm trying to keep as happy as I can. But I'm going to be really curious to see what my dermatologist says about it. I have a follow-up visit. I think it's coming up in August. So I remember her telling me earlier this year that sometimes after you have a series of the scalp shots, which I had, that you might need a little bit of a touch up. So I'm wondering if the itchiness, the little bit of itchiness that I feel that doesn't feel like my normal might to her warrant the need for a scalp touch up. I'll have to wait a few months to see. But I think I got it under control. Outside of that, my scalp is just calm, but it's a lot that I'm having to do still to keep it calm. It's keeping me busy, that's for sure. For me at this point, the goal is not perfect hair. The goal is a healthy scalp. And speaking of hair, here she is. That's my bonnet that I sleep in each night, because if not, my locks will hit me in the face and I'll have nightmares that bugs are on my face. So I have to sleep with the bonnet. But yeah, this is definitely teaching me a whole lot of patience. The calmest my scalp has ever been is just with me sticking to my routine, and that's what I do. This is my Hourglass palette I've had almost 2 years. I actually did a review on this almost 2 years ago towards the end of my heavy beauty content. And this thing is still amazing. I didn't use it as much as I should have because it still looks just like this. And I've gotten over the fear of breaking it, and it's worked its way into my daily bag. So I'm using it for everything. And it's allowed me to get rid of a lot of products that way. So not that the Urban Decay needs to be set, but I still do use the setting powder, the bronzer contour, the blush shades, the highlighter shades, just just all of it to finish my face. So for me, I've talked about this a little bit in my shorts and my other videos. I have kind of gotten to the point where I have decided to stop dyeing my hair. And I started getting gray hair, or I guess the first time I noticed that I had gray hair was when I was a child. I think I was about 9. And there was another girl in my class who had gray hair. And so for that reason, I thought it was normal to have gray hair when you're that young. And since then, I've been wearing, weave, I've been coloring, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. So I haven't always seen my real hair texture or that too, but my real color. This is the first time in my adult life where I've just said, whatever color is on my scalp, we're just going to let her be and let her do what she wants to do. So I have been using a rinse on my locks really for the majority of my lock journey. And I love the rinse. I was happy with the rinse, but I have outgrown the rinse because my scalp, I'm kind of at a delicate point here where I'm really trying to manage my CCCs, all those words, right? That acronym, that long acronym. I'm trying to manage my CCCA and I don't want things to get worse. And my loctician was actually the one who encouraged me to consider stop using the color. My derm, she was okay with me using color as long as it was either a semi-perm or demi-permanent, which I did use for a while. But if I'm being honest with myself, I still do feel the irritation when I use it. And it's so frustrating to me because I would love to be able to color my hair, but I am not just, I don't have like a typical lock journey. This is lock journey plus alopecia. And I have to remind my own self of that so that I don't do something that I will regret. So this year, we're already in June? We're already in June and I have not dyed my hair since I think last fall. And so, I can see all throughout the length of my locks that my gray hair is coming through. The strands are kind of poking themselves through all the way to the bottom. I always had like this streak down the middle of my hair. And now that I'm not coloring, I feel like the first couple of inches of my locks are starting to have much more prominent gray than what I've had before. So I said, well, I'm really out there now. I'm out there in this gray hair journey, just really, really accepting it. But I've just had to, ask myself and just kind of come to grips with it. Like, why am I doing something that hurts me? Why can't I just let my hair be who she is? Why can't I just accept my hair as is? What really is wrong with gray hair? I'm 43 years old. I mean, I had it when I was 8, but I'm 43 now. I'm definitely the age to just let it show. And so now this Sisterlocks journey is turning into a gray hair journey. And I used to see gray hair, but now really I see peace because this is my hair just, really being who she is. I'm letting her just be herself at this point. And really at this age, I just want to look like myself. I don't have any set image in mind. I don't have a goal. I want to look like me, whoever I am. I know who I am, but I want to look like myself. That is the goal. And I'm finding that I don't feel less beautiful. I feel more like myself, which makes me feel more beautiful. It's funny how that works. And I mentioned being hot to y'all. This is the hottest I've ever been in my life. Living down here in Texas, this summer is not for the faint at heart. I have, had to start taking black cohosh and wearing linen in the summer. I'm just all about comfort and what makes me feel myself. That's what's most important to me right now. As my body changes, linen is less of a luxury and it's more of a survival strategy. And just accepting myself as I get older and as I change. It didn't used to matter to me what I wore when it was hot, but it sure do matter now. And I'm figuring it out. A little bit of eyeliner on the outer thirds is all the definition that I am using right now. Very subtle. This gives me a little bit of a lift up, but still looks really, really natural. I love this lip combo. It is the e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liner with dark cocoa and the e.l.f. The Glow Reviver Lipstick in Mauve Mentality. I'm gonna probably end up buying a few of these because I love these. And I found now also, as I'm getting older, I've spent so many years just trying to be stronger. And now my focus is on being gentler and just being more honest about, when I need help being more vulnerable, and just really realizing too, if something feels like it's too much for me, then it's probably too much. Even when it comes to something that seems to be simple, like cleaning the house, which I do a good job staying on top of little things here and there, but love this thing. But I do work full time. I'm busy. I always talk about how busy I am on the channel. And so one of the coolest, nicest things that my husband did for our family this past week, he ended up hiring a cleaning service to just do a deep clean of our house from top to bottom, which was so cool. They clean the house in places I never thought to clean. And that's part of that, just, not being afraid to ask for help or even receive help. And I needed that help. And we needed, that help. And I'm so grateful that we got it. That's something that when I was younger, my pride would not have allowed me to accept. But I happily accept it now because I can't do everything on my own. I am one person, and nobody asked me to do everything on my own either. So it's about also making sure that you don't create unrealistic expectations for your own self. This is my jojoba oil I'm using right now that I love, the Cleganic, probably mispronounced that, but the Cleganic jojoba oil. And forgot to mention the Camille Rose Guava Slip Detangling Leave-In Conditioner, which I dilute with water. And that's just kind of how I'm moving through. When I feel stressed, when I feel like I have a lot going on, I do look for help, and I ask for it. People around me, offer it, and I take it. I don't say no, thank you, I'm okay. I take it. I grocery pickup. I've mentioned that before. Right now, as I'm getting older, I have so many little things changing here and there. Figuring out my body as I get older. Little stress triggers, they can definitely add up. And it's me just kind of leaning into the gentler, softer part of myself right now, which is what my focus is. And I'm learning that I don't really think peace is something you find. I think peace is something that you practice. And that's definitely what I'm doing right now. And contentment is something that you don't have to wait for this big final result for. You can evolve into it. You can live in contentment even while you are evolving and changing a little bit each day and figuring yourself out a little bit each day. So whether you're growing your locks, healing your scalp, embracing your grays, or just figuring it out, please know that I am rooting for you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.